Okay, good evening. Thank you guys for tuning in to our Vox call. They're kind of sporadic when we have them on here, but we have a great one tonight. And thank you guys for taking the time to listen to it. There's some really cool things that's going on here at Xango. One of them being the vistas that we're still going on this week. This next weekend is Tucson's. Woohoo! So if you guys are interested or you have anybody in the Arizona area, make sure you get them to these vistas. They're awesome. Joe Morton is going to be speaking. The de Guzmans, of course, in the house. Also, Jed will be speaking at that one. You're able to get product on the spot. So that's going to be a really cool vista that's coming up next weekend, April 22nd. And I just got back from Canada from a Vancouver Vista, which was great, exciting. Everybody's so excited there. There was lots of guests, lots of sales that we did. There's lots of very exciting, positive energy that's going on. Now, just some housekeeping items before I get Shelley and the other guests on here is I want to make sure that everybody has a chance and knows this, that this month until April 30th, you're able to get your international convention room for the 3 rooms for $550, and that also comes with 2 free tickets to the convention. Again, that got extended till April 30th, so make sure you got that. Last time I announced it, we had like 30 people that took advantage of it. So $550 for 3 nights in Las Vegas at Caesar Palace, plus the 2 free tickets. So make sure you get that because it will go. And stop on April 30th. Also, the PICS weight management, super awesome results. Everybody, thank you who's sending them in to me. I'm trying to highlight a few, and I'll be getting a hold of a few of you guys, but people are losing pounds and inches off of these products. I want everybody to share a little bit more if you possibly can, if you're losing anything or feeling anything, which I know we're all feeling more energy, our appetite's under control, the cleanse is kicking in, you name it. I know people are feeling stuff off that. So note it and send it in. We're going to have some new tools available within the next couple of weeks with the PICS weight management. So a page that will be dedicated just to PICS weight management that you can refer to about the ingredients and the process and how it does, and hopefully we can throw in a 90-day challenge as well with some of you guys to take advantage of that. So look for those tools. They'll be coming up shortly for the PICS weight management. And also don't forget to send me in your results. One more thing, too. I want you guys to know that Mangosteen Miracle Pack, which is the 2 bottles of juice and 2 gels, is selling awesome. So thank you guys for selling it. Thank you guys for using it. It's a great starter pack. We're going to keep it. It's ongoing. We're not taking it away. But I just wanted you to know that people really are responding well to that pack. Again, 2 bottles of juice and 2 gel, and it's a great perfect start. It's a great opener for people who just want to try the product or who wants to even maybe get a jump start on their business. So congratulations, everybody, for selling that pack, and keep it up. I know sometimes it's forgotten, but it's not. We see the sales on it, and we appreciate it. So, okay, the topic of this call isn't Kelly talking. The topic of this call is successful tips for hosting the 2-Minute Miracle get-together or gathering or party or whatever you guys want to call it. Now, we all know Shelley has taught us up until she's taught us a lot every day, every second almost, but about how to get people to the meetings and to the get-togethers, the invitations and stuff. So we're not going to necessarily go over that, but Shelley has some great tips on some tools and how to get your party going when people are there. And then we have some great testimonies of who's hosting some of these get-togethers from Melissa Velasco, Davine Went, and Marlene Bryce that will be coming on shortly to give us some of their successful tips, business tips. So, Shelley, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you perfect. How are you?
Oh, good. Thank you. And great information, Kelly, on the vistas and the picks and the Miracle Pack Duo. It's like there's so many things happening and so many options. So it's really fun to see the excitement, to see the momentum. And when we talk in terms of excitement and momentum, I don't think we can neglect to mention how the Eris 2-Minute Miracle Gel is really creating momentum for so many people's business. And, you know, we wanted to have this call tonight because we're starting to see so many successful events. And, you know, whether you call it a home party and it's at your home, or you have a party at someone else's home, or it's just a group gathering anywhere, it's not like you have to produce a big party to have a big impact on your business when it comes to demonstrating the 2-Minute Miracle Gel and getting people together and getting them excited. No matter where you host, there's just a few simple tips to creating the success at every get-together. And, you know, I get a lot of questions about, well, you know, how do I do it, and what do I serve, and how should the flow go? So I wanted to share what we're learning, what we're seeing, and share tips from, like Kelly said, we're going to have some distributors on the line with us tonight who have been doing really successful parties. And quite honestly, there's too many to even be able to highlight. It goes way beyond. We're just getting more and more great stories in, and we'll continue to feed you these ideas. So I wanted to walk through, in general, the same type of flow no matter where you are in the same key elements. For instance, last week, Frankie and I went to support some distributors over in West Palm Beach. This get-together was at a doctor surgeon's practice. She's an eye surgeon. She also has an unbelievable wellness practice where she sells all of the Xango products, and this was at her surgery center. And what we went through, the flow of that event, was really same as I did when I have gone to other parties or Skyped into parties. So a couple tips for you, and I hope you have a pen. I think we're recording this call, but I want to make sure that you have your notes because there's some things that you can do and you should do to be prepared in advance of the party. So first of all, familiarize yourself with the tools that have been created to support you. And I really want to, I won't say ask, I will say, I really want to beg all of you to take 10, 15 minutes when we get off the phone or tomorrow to go through the XangoEris.com website. We put together a great site with Xango. There's a lot of material there, and I'm surprised how many people still are not aware of the support on there. When you go to the XangoEris.com site, if you go into resources, you will see there is a new home party guide. It is all laid out for you how to do a home party, and you can substitute the word event or substitute the word get together, but it's a guide that you can follow. There's tools in there. There's a workbook for you to follow, so it's really easy steps. Also on that same site, under videos, there is 3 videos on the upper right, and one of them is called the Shelley Product Intro video. And I want to point this video out because then you'll see it. Make sure it's me in the blue dress when you turn it on. This is the one that is going to be able to be used for you to basically have me do your party for you or your get-together, where I explain the history of the 2-Minute Miracle Gel and how we partnered with Xango and the power of the mangosteen and all of the benefits and how to demonstrate. So this is a wonderful tool that you should be doing and using. We're going to tell you how. There's also under resources a skincare questionnaire. And I used to use these in my spas. I use them at trade shows. I use them at events. I think it's a great tool, which is why I brought this to Xango, because you can pass these out at your events, and it'll do 2 things. It'll help you keep track of who is at the event, whether it's a trade show or wherever you are, but also it has a list of a few of their concerns that somebody can fill out about their own skin, and it's a great memory jogger when you do your follow-up and check back and able to say, hey, when I had you at my party, you told me you had these concerns, and now I know the 2-Minute Miracle Gel is addressing those. So these can be passed out to each person in advance. They're also now available in Spanish. Last thing before your party, identify your goals in advance. And your goals should include, and Everybody might have a different goal, but some of the common goals we should have: selling products, booking additional parties, getting referrals for other demonstrations or other sales from the people at your get-together, signing up new business partner distributors. That's kind of a side bonus, and we're going to tell you why that's not the main thing at this party. Getting new customers and getting them into the Xango system, a big plus, big benefit, big goal. And also then follow up to lead to introducing all the other Xango products and business opportunities. So these should be your goals that you identify in advance based on how many people are coming, what you're going to be showing, what you're going to be sharing, and just so you have a pathway to success. Okay, during
Kelly,
the event. Yes.
Kelly, hang on
yes,
a second.
Kelly.
So the tools that you just went over, this is before the party starts. So you want to get yourself familiar with, again, the tools, with the video, with the home party guide, and identify your goals before anybody even gets there. This is exactly what you need to do before people get there. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Exactly. So that by the time you get to your get-together, you have everything down pat. You're not fishing for links. You're not looking for the guide where you need to fill out your calendar. You've got everything right at your fingertips. You can run the event easily, and you have identified what to you will be a successful party. So that you've got a goal in mind. You got to have that goal, or you just don't know if you're making progress. So I'm glad you went back over that, Kelly. Yes, in advance of the party.
Okay, thank you.
Now, yes. Now, during the event, number one rule of thumb, and we see this over and over, and this is actually feedback from you, the distributor. Keep it simple and a system which is easily duplicated by everyone. Now, we've seen some really elaborate parties and some that were catered and had these, amazing dinners. And the bottom line is not everybody can do that. So when you run a get-together, you want to make it simple. You want to make it inviting. But you want it to be something that anybody that is attending says, oh, wow, that's easy. I can do that. I don't have to spend a lot of time. I don't have to spend a lot of money. I don't have to go to very great extremes. I can do this and get it ready right after I get home from work and run one at night or on a Saturday. So keep it simple and easy to duplicate. Second rule, conduct your party as advertised. Now, these are Eris 2-Minute Miracle Gel Share the Miracle parties. Once again, if it's a home party event, doesn't matter. And we really should keep the focus on that hook being the 2-Minute Miracle Gel. So we want to deter you from turning these into combining opportunity parties. That's going to come down the road, and that's going to be part of your follow-up. That's really important. But you want to, you're asking people to come in, have a spa party, learn about amazing products that's going crazy around the world at these parties going on everywhere in all the countries, and you want to demonstrate a product on them. And this is to really focus on the excitement and the fun and the demonstration. You don't want you want them to walk out with product, not pressure. So conduct your party as a share the miracle type of party, and then we're going to show you how to use your follow-up to expand this into a business opportunity and to open up the doors to all the other Xango products. The other thing, number 3, keep the flow easy to follow. And here's the steps that I've seen work repeatedly every time. Greet the guests. Acknowledge and edify the host if it's someone else. Explain who you are very, very quickly and why you are there and what you'll be doing during this get-together. Then show that product introduction video that I talked about, the one of me in the blue dress. Show that because that's going to walk you through all the important facts and history, and it's going to get everyone excited about the next step, which is then, after this video, go right to the demonstration. What you want to do is ideally ask for one volunteer out of the audience who's never used it before and bring them up and demonstrate it on their face. and make sure you do it where everyone can see what you're doing, because that's going to start generating the excitement. And while you have everyone's attention, you want them to focus on the steps of the demonstration and all the excitement that goes along with that end result of the skin balling up. So after you walk through the face demo, then either pass out samples if you're using the single-use sachets. If you want, you can pass out one to each person, or you can go around with a jar and do it on the back of one hand only of each guest. Now, you want to wait until you've done that full face demo, because if you start passing out product in advance, and maybe you've seen it before, people start talking amongst themselves and they're using it and they're getting excited and they're not watching the right steps and they're not hearing how powerful this product is, not only instantly but long term. So do it after you go through the face, then go around and do it on the back of only one hand and walk them through the hand demo steps. And after the end of that hand demo, make sure that they compare one hand to the other, because that's what they're going to see, is that amazing change in the one hand versus the other, and it's going to be obvious. Then maybe do a quick Q&A, because you're going to have some questions about what about my skin, or what about if I'm using this, or can I combine it with that, or what if I have sensitive skin. So just a few easy Q&As. Then close the sale. Now, when we say close the sale, I'm really always I really like to talk about when does the close of the sale happen, and I will tell you, the close of the sale starts at the beginning of that demonstration. And if you've been on my coaching classes, you hear me talk about that. You should be closing the sale all throughout the demo by reinforcing the excitement and reiterating the comments and getting your demonstration person involved in the process. And every time that they make a comment, repeating back their words of how their skin looks and how their skin feels, because what you want to do is create something that by the end of this demonstration and by the end of this get-together, you've solidified in their mind that this is not only an instant product, but a long-term anti-aging product, that there would be no reason that anyone would want to leave this event without being able to reproduce this same experience at home every day. So you want to start closing that sale throughout the demonstration by using words like, and I'm so excited when you get this home and you can do this every day for yourself. Or, I know we're doing this right now on your face, but wait till you get this home and you see how it is on your hands and your elbows and your feet. So really start putting it into their mind that they will be taking that home. Then the actual hard close. Pass out order forms to each person. And during this time, this is when you want to ask for the sale. And you have to find what's comfortable for you, but your verbiage might include something like this. Okay, I know from seeing everyone's reaction to this product tonight, which, by the way, is completely common because we see this at every party we do and every event we do. And I know everyone is going to want to take one of these home. So I'm passing out order forms. And I know when you get this home, this is how you're going to be able to continue to get long-term anti-aging benefits. But I'll walk around after you get this order form, and I know everyone's going to want to take home one. But history tells me that some of you are going to want to take home more than one, maybe for a son or a daughter or a holiday if there's a gift coming up. So I'll walk around and I'll help you fill out your order form to help you figure out what is the best way for you to buy these. Maybe there's a pack you want to buy or, a duo. So I'll come around and help each one of you determine what is best for how many you want to purchase. So Kelly, is that making sense how you walk through that close and how by the end of that you actually have to really ask for that sale and assume the sale?
Absolutely. That makes great sense. The key word here is assume the sale, assume that they're going to buy it, and that you pass out the order forms and take the time to kind of go over them as you're collecting them as well. So yes, thank you, Shelley.
Absolutely. Now, I know we've got some great distributors on the line, and I think, Melissa, are you there with us?
Melissa?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Oh,
Can you hear
good.
me?
Hi, Melissa. Yes, and we have Melissa
Hi.
Valesco on the line. Hi, thank you for being on this call tonight with us.
Absolutely. I'm so excited. Shelly, you are amazing as always. And Kelly, thank you for inviting me and having me on here with you ladies.
Well,
This
you're
is
quite welcome. And
exciting.
actually, actually, I got to say you are quite amazing. And I had the distinct honor of Skyping into a party that you and your mom and your family did. And I know it was an unbelievable success because I got a great text the next morning about, woohoo, we sold and we booked more parties. So I wanted to ask you some questions, Melissa, if you could share it with everyone on the call tonight.
Absolutely. I would love to.
Okay, so first of all, was the party at your home or did you have somebody sponsor it for you?
So for this in particular party, this last one that we just had, it wasn't at my home. It happened to be at my sponsor's home. So it wasn't at my house.
Okay, that's great. Was it your sponsor's home? And did you do the inviting or did the sponsor do the inviting or how did you do that?
Well, I'll be really honest with you, Kelly. Kelly. We have a community of people where, you know, if we have team members, distributors who are in the area and that are able to make it, we invite, everyone has an opportunity to bring their own guests, and then we just kind of make it like a central party. So, you know, we had personal guests there and everybody that was affiliated had their own guests there as well, which is really nice.
That's great. I love that idea because it's inviting everybody into this get together, so it makes it even a bigger deal. And now, did you have products on hand, or did you? What was your goal to sell product or take orders or what?
Oh my goodness, I'm a huge believer in always being prepared and stocking up because you just never know what the turnout could be. So definitely we had products on hand for sale. We had sachets on hand with, you know, a little bundle packs for our guests who I know already are going to want to take this home at least and try it out. There are people who want to buy it right then and there. You know, at this particular party, we had a little mixture of both. We had people who were signing up to you know, become customers, and then we had people who wanted to buy product right then and there. So we were just prepared.
That's great. So you could respond to how anybody wanted to. And those sachet packs, were those single packs, or did you bundle them in multi-packs?
Oh, yes. So we like to keep it very product focused, and we'll create a little sachet pack, throw in a couple collagens in there, you know, for a 5-day supply with a couple sticks of collagen. It'll be around $25. And then we also have the individual 30-day supply there for people to purchase. And, you know, we're a little different. I like to sell those if they're going to buy them straight at the party for, you know, $60, which to me seems pretty reasonable.
That's great. Okay, so you did the bundle pack sachets. Those were available with other things in them for about $25, or you did the full jars for $60.
Yes. And then
That's great. Okay.
also, yes. For
Go ahead.
anybody
I'm sorry.
who's giving, oh no, it's fine. Anyone who's giving referrals or brought the most guests, and you know, we like to give them a little prize to take home as well. It could be a couple sachets and just give them a gift as well and make it fun for everybody.
Yeah, and I saw everybody was having a great time. I could see when you were doing the demonstrations how much fun everyone was having. And so the outcome of your party you would call very successful, right? You sold product, you booked other parties, or how did that go at the end?
Oh my goodness, yes. So all of the distributors there, we make sure that they have, you know, their calendars open, make sure that they are booking other parties. But that party in particular, this last party in particular, was super successful. I believe we signed up about maybe 3 or 4 customers, and then we sold about, I'm going to say it was about 9 jars, and quite a few of the sachet packs, which was really neat.
So we're excited. And like you mentioned earlier, Kelly, we are having a Vista event coming up in just a couple days, it feels like. And we're making sure that people have that on their calendar if they want to learn more and more product detail or, like you said also, Shelly, about the opportunity, if they're interested in the opportunity. We like to make sure that we pull out the calendar and make sure that they get details for, upcoming events so that they could get, a presentation and just keep them, focused on this 2-minute miracle party. So it was a very successful, fun night, and we're looking forward to having quite a few more by the end of this month. And it's been a lot of fun this month. We're meeting a lot of people, getting referrals, and I know that something that's really key. Yes?
That's really great. Hey, I want to highlight just one thing really quick for the audience before we go on to Davine. But that selling, if you guys buy that 30 pack of sachets, the samples, some call it sachets, some call it samples. If you buy the 30 pack of that, and let's just say you're selling each one at a party or at an event or a venue or a fair, you're selling each one of those sachets, the facial for $5, you make $150 off of that $50 purchase of the 30 sachets. So everybody keep that in mind, that you can sell those one-time use facials. It's a $5 facial, and people buy it. Sometimes they don't want to get stuck in the $60 jar, but they want to try it. And so I really wanted to highlight that on there. Thank you so much, Melissa. Now, Shelly, do we have another guest on here?
We do, and Melissa, thank you for that information and your enthusiasm and all the success you're bringing to this. So you help us all. And yes, I wanted Davine Wentz. Davine, are you on the call with us?
I hope so. Can you hear me?
Oh, perfect. Yes. Thank you for joining us tonight and for joining the call.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm having a very difficult time hearing you because you sound like you're underwater, but I'll do my best because I called back to see if it would be better, but it's not. So,
can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me better or Shelly? Or neither?
It doesn't matter. I hear you both the same, and but I'm making it out. So I'll do my best. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, we can. So we'll try to keep our questions minimum, but I do want to say that I know that you also had a really successful party within this last, I think it was a month or a month and a half, I remember. So I wanted you to be able to give us just your perspective. If you just want to tell us where you had this party and what you felt to be some of the really important viewpoints on what you did to make it a success.
Thank you. Well, I'm in Chicago, and I had the party in New Jersey because I'm originally from New Jersey, and I had a friend out there who wanted me to come out and share the 2-Minute Miracle with her work people and neighbors. So I went out there, and of course she was my friend, so I did identify with her. Of course, she was my friend, but I think it's most important to identify with your hostess and make her your partner. And so her name was Leslie, and she hosted it. We only had about 10, 11 people here. There was a very bad storm, but we had a good show. And so Leslie participated with me, and the first thing we did was when people came in, she had lovely hors d'oeuvres and some refreshments, and then I asked Leslie, my hostess, if she would send away, give out the questionnaire to everyone, a skincare questionnaire, because I thought if everyone knew her, then they felt good about signing everything and filling it out, which they did. And then,
That's great.
We had fun. They had some hors d'oeuvres, they had refreshments, and then I introduced you. And as far as I'm concerned, you're our best tool. You're amazing.
Thank you.
And I gave background about you and your background, and I told them they can have fun all they want, but I need 30 minutes of their attention, totally. And so then I put that video on of you giving some information and then the demo. And so then after
Wonderful.
that, So then after that, I came with my trusty jar. I didn't have product with me, but that didn't stop me because I had my little jar there. And I actually, I asked the hostess because Leslie had not tried the product, and I demoed with her after I watched the video. And they were very, very attentive. I mean, to have 10 women, actually 11, be very quiet. They were very, very interested. Leslie loved the product, and then after that, I kind of had everyone do the facial. And
that is great. And Davine, I think one thing you told me that was really important is that you were not able to obtain the product in advance, which ideally, if you can, great, but it doesn't stop you from going ahead and still having a successful party, because if you have one jar, that is enough to do a party of 11 people. So I really love that you were able to be so successful. And now remind me or tell us all on the call, I think that you said you sold product and you got people into the system signed up. Is that right?
Oh, absolutely. Because when I had Leslie hand out the questionnaire, I wanted their email also. And so I asked them to please put their email and also all the information. So absolutely, I told them that, in closing, I just told them how to get the product and that they were going to be all preferred customers and to give me they can purchase with cash, credit card, or check, and put it with their questionnaire, and it would be sent out to them. And so therefore, out of the 10 gals, 9 decided to purchase the 2-Minute Miracle. And they all have their personal ID number now, and they can order, with the company and go on to their back office. And then I follow up with a thank you letter reminding them how to properly do the demo. So it was fun. We had a great time. I thought it was a success. Everyone loved the product. And I think that's great. I mean, I have you. My partner or my mentor is Marlene Bryce. So, of course, I've worked with her with this 2-Minute Miracle, and she has helped me. And then with you, Shelley, how can you lose? It's show and tell and ask for the order.
I love it.
I agree. Shelley is the kicker to it. Thank you so much for that, Davine. We appreciate that. I like how we have the different spectrums of having product on hand and not having product on hand, and the results are the same. You still get sales, you still get people to sign up, you still book parties. So that's awesome.
Yeah, that is great. And I love, Davine, that you said you followed up with a thank you letter and a reminder of how to. So Kelly, that's one we didn't even think of, but that thank you letter, great touch.
Yeah, very good touch. So I'm excited that the next speaker that we have on here is a mentor to one of us all, absolutely, and it's Marlene Bryce. Now Marlene, she's part of the support system that Davine was talking about. Marlene, how do you go about supporting these meetings? What role do you play?
Well, hi, Kelly and Shelley, and thank you for inviting me to the call tonight. You're just doing an awesome job, and I have 3 pages of notes already. But what I do, I did have a big Christmas bash here at my house, but what I love to do is I love to go to the parties. I like to go if I'm in the area, and even if I'm not, I will come in via Skype. So that's really what I do, Kelly.
That is great. So for this crowd, for this beautiful crowd, let us know the top couple of things that is most important to remember. What can they walk away with on this call to remember?
Okay, sure, and I'll be happy to. I think edification is key. Now, Davine, as she said before she brought Shelley on, she edified Shelley, and I love Shelley. I am a listener. I learned so much from you, and I just preach about using that video, the product video, because why put pressure on yourself? You have the formulator of the product standing there showing us and telling us about the product, the key ingredients. I mean, it can't get any better than that. But one thing I'd like to say, if you're doing a home party, and you know, you've got to flow with it. However, most people are doing it in the evenings, and these people are coming from work. A lot of the guests are coming from work. If you are going to have refreshments, so you're not going to lose the crowd, let them gather their refreshments, take them into the room. You know, you've got Shelley at a certain time if she is Skyping in, or if someone in your upline or support team is Skyping in. We want to keep on a schedule. We want to keep very, very focused. So let them have, you know, nibble on their munchies or beverage, whatever, and then go with it. Put the video on. Edify Shelley. If you're bringing on someone from your support team, you want to edify that person that's coming in. And also, like myself, I like to attend these parties. I don't do the party. I'm there for support, but I am going to encourage, as Shelley was saying, when people come in, you introduce them. Well, make sure you introduce them, even if I'm at a party and I'm not doing the party. Let them know who I am, and I'll tell you why. And I'm not talking about a PIN level or an income level. I'm just saying, if you were introducing me, this is my friend Marlene Bryce. She's my business partner. She's been in this company for 14 years, very successful, but she's here to support us. And I'll tell you why, because after the party and after the demos and everything, there's usually, you know, people are visiting and people are talking. Somebody might come up to me and say, Marlene, 14 years, well, this is a fairly new product. They might ask me, do you have other products? Now, I am not going to remove the focus from the gel, but I'm going to remember that. I'm going to remember so that I can tell the host of the party when you follow up with Davine, she's interested in maybe some of the other products. So I think that's very key. And then I can edify the host as well. When I do my Skype calls, I edify the host during the call. So I think edification is really important. Okay, do you want me to just keep rolling, Kelly and Shelley?
Well, okay, so we can wrap this up just a little bit. Let me go over these points. The most important things to remember is to edify. Second is Shelley's video, because that does all the talking for you, especially if you don't have Shelley there with you, but the video does all the talking. And stay focused and on schedule. Don't let the get together go super long, because you'll lose focus. Now, I know this is going a little bit long. I'm going to go over just a few points about how important it is for the follow-up. People walk away from the meetings, and as a host or as an upline, people sometimes forget to follow up. Now, Davine mentioned a very key thing is the questionnaire is one way to keep in touch with the people, because it has all their information on it. If you don't have the questionnaire, have them sign, do a signature sheet or a sign-in sheet with their email on there. You want to make sure you have everybody's contact information, whether they're a guest or they're your mom for 50 years. It doesn't make a difference. Have them on there. Davine also mentioned a great point, is that she put everybody into the system. Even if you're like Melissa and you're selling products on the spot, collect their info, like I just said, but put them in the system regardless. Put them in the system regardless, just as customers. That will help you remember, and that helps you have all their information on hand without having to shuffle through it. So sign them up as customers in there, even if they're not ordering right then through the company. Also, you want to follow up within a week of them buying the product or the sachets or whichever. The week is very important, because you want to, and I learned this from Shelley, of course, the best, that you want, in that week, you want to ask them. You don't want to say, did you use it? How did you like it? Did you do this? You want to say, did you see the balls of skin? You want to ask them those questions, because if they answer no, then they're doing it wrong. And you want to walk them through the process of doing it correctly, so they don't go through the whole month thinking that it doesn't work, right? So you want to ask them that particular question. And if the answer is no, you walk them through the demo. That's within a week of their purchase. Now, about 25 days later, you want to follow up again, because of course, a jar, if you're using it correctly every single day, then it's going to last anywhere between 25 and 30 days. For me, it lasts about 23. But you want to follow up with them for the reorders because they're not going to remember to reorder, or they're going to, anything can happen. It is your job to follow up with these people to see if they want to reorder. And just like Marlene said, it opens up the lines of communication to introduce some of the other products that they might want to try. That's within the 25th day. Very important to follow up with these people and very important to get them in the system. They don't need to even know if they're in the system if you want to take that approach, but put them in there so that you have them, on there. And that skin questionnaire is a great place for it. So, Shelley, any last comments? How's the follow up and everybody giving their testimonies and stuff like that is perfect.
Yeah, I love this call. I thank everyone who participated, and I hope we have a lot of listeners that will be taking notes, because I think it's really just, my best advice is that we know we have a product that is so exciting to share and demonstrates 100% of the time and generates excitement and builds the credibility of what you're doing and stimulates interest and builds your business. So don't look for like that perfect, huge, big bash, like, oh, I know, in 4 months from now I'm going to plan the biggest night. It doesn't have to be that way. I've seen parties of 4, 5, 6 people turn out to yield sales of products and new distributors and new customers and more referrals and gift giving. So, just sit down, go to the resources, look at the party guide, use it for any get together, familiarize yourself with the video and let me help you. And plan one. Like, put that on your goal right now. Plan one from 30 days from right now, because that's a perfect timing. It's the right time to start. So don't just wait for that right time. Start now, and I think you'll see that it's a great way to start growing your business and getting more referrals into your business. So I think great content tonight. Kelly, thank you for putting this together.
You bet. Thank you so much, and thank you guys for all listening. Now here's the challenge. She challenged you to about hosting a party within the next 30 days. My challenge for you guys tonight is 5 tips that you learned from this call. Put it on social media right now and tonight. 5 tips that you learned from this call, whether one of any of our 5 speakers that we have on there, including myself. Put 5 tips on social media. So thank you, guys. We'll have another one of these when our Picks Tools comes out within the next couple of weeks, so probably next Thursday or the Thursday after, we will host that. I'm thinking possibly about turning these into some webinars so we can get the international folks on there to see, and we can have some graphics too. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Davine, Melissa, Marlene, and Shelley. I love you girls, and I will talk to everybody soon. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Have a good night.
All right, good night. Thanks.